Make sure I can see that. Good luck. Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here with Brother Bro. It's time for the Producers Guild nominations, the PGA Awards. Very, very important because we don't know how we're going to squeeze in all the shit into like 9 nominees for the Oscars, maybe even 8. And this is going to tell us 10 of them, which even 10 at this point seems like a stretch because you have Sound of Metal, Judas, News of the World, all these things competing the edges of the category, The Father. And we just don't. I need to know if Judas is here because that would tell me if it's getting Best Picture nominated or not. I also want to say that the PGA Top 10 is just as is pretty much equally as predictive as the Oscars lineup as the Critics' Choice. So it's very important. When we look at both of them, we get a good picture of what they can nominate. I mean, and I'll tell you what I predicted. I predicted Trial of Chicago 7, Mank, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Minari, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, One Night in Miami. I predicted News of the World. I predicted Judas and the Black Messiah, and I predicted Sound of Metal.
Wait, what did you say no? You said no to The Father?
I said no to The Father because that's been not. I didn't expect it to show up very much at the guilds. The Art Directors Guild denying it was like they didn't see that.
I could see that not happening here.
But there's also the possibility that they could nominate like a comedy, like they nominated Bridesmaids, Deadpool. They could nominate Palm Springs or Borat or something.
And now, if you look at the past, I think they nominate. It's usually everything except for one, or it's all of them, right?
Yeah. Well, I think they've missed 2, maybe a couple times, but yeah, it's usually like. It's usually pretty spot on. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at what they've done.
Oh my
God.
What
have they done? Very important. And
so
the Oscar nominations are coming up very soon.
Technically, you don't need the PGA nomination to get like there could be one movie we don't see nominated that we could still predict, but we wouldn't go further than that. This is a huge indicator.
Okay, all right, where are we going here?
I'm terrified.
All right, we got Borat. Subsequent movie.
I said that. Remember, like a month ago, I said, yeah, that could happen.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah,
I told you that.
I will say this too. That's good for Bakalova's SAG chances, to be honest. Now that is a WGA nomination, honestly, could it get adapted screenplay at the Oscars? Honestly, could it?
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Bakalova's chances at the SAGs, I think, went up in my mind.
Borat 2. Wait. How? Okay,
shut the fuck up.
Just do it.
Oh, my phone went black. Shit. Judas! That's
here.
I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Here's the precedent, okay?
It needs to happen.
You wouldn't believe it, but Hidden Figures didn't get any Critics' Choice nominations or Golden Globe nominations. It seemed like it would. The only reason it didn't because it was a late bloomer. Judas is a late bloomer.
But look at all the indications for Judas.
And
look
Hidden
at
Figures got.
Look at those reviews. Look at that Metacritic score. And just if you watch the movie, it's like, yeah, that's Oscar caliber stuff, Oscar quality. Great performances.
That's right.
I think it's going to get in there. And what we really don't know is if it's getting WGA. I mean, if it's getting a screenplay nomination.
Well, we got WGA.
Well, we'll see if Sound of Metal's here. Then we'll see if that's going to get a screenplay nomination or if it's Judas.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Yeah.
Mank.
Yeah.
Minari.
Yeah.
Nomadland. Minari, good. Minari. One Night in Miami.
Okay.
Promising Young Woman. Sound of Metal. Very fucking popular movie, by the way. Very popular movie. The world. Did they? No. Fuck you. No, they didn't. No, they did not. No, they did not. No, they did not. Done. It's done.
No. Okay. Chill out a little bit. It doesn't need to be done.
Yes, it is done.
Darkest Hour.
That got a BAFTA nomination.
How many times do I have to tell you?
That got a BAFTA nomination, bitch. And if News of the World gets a BAFTA nomination, I'll eat my ass.
I don't care though. I care.
Darkest
News of the World. It didn't get a PGA nomination,
but it got a BAFTA nomination.
And The Father's not here.
The Father's not here.
And The Father could get a BAFTA nomination.
Gone.
The Father could get a BAFTA nomination and then see a Best Picture nomination.
You realize The Five Bloods is done, right?
Oh yeah.
Done. We knew this would happen forever. We thought it might perform well at the Critics' Choice. It got shut out at the Globes, and here is where it lays to bed. What did the PGA say exactly? PGA have a taste for they're okay. So like the spectrum that I'm always referring to, critics, audiences, they are probably more towards audiences than the Oscars and the Critics' Choice. And they show, like, populist picks. Like, they snubbed Carol. And that showed that Carol was not a popular movie. As good as Carol was, it was not popular. So when they snub something like that, when they snub something like Five Bloods, that's what it shows. Now, I remember that Variety, Clayton Davis, was predicting Mank to miss Best Picture and to miss here. Now that Mank has gotten in here, there's no route for Mank missing Best Picture. If it was going to miss, it would have shown up here, and it would have shown that it wasn't very popular. But Mank is in. Like, I didn't think that was very, very vulnerable, but that should be put to bed at this point. The idea that Mank can miss, put to bed.
Yeah. Also, apparently the audio got like nuts when we got loud, but that's fine. I used a compressor on this, so I'm not that surprised. But
Okay. Well, that kind of makes it like one of those distorted memes. Then that's fine.
we'll see. It might be like
Okay, so Five
But
Bloods.
anyway.
You're all correct that the Five
But
Bloods
anyway,
is dead.
Borat 2 made it over. I need to do this. We all know this is coming. It made it over The Father.
But we
It
knew
made
that.
it over News of the World.
You haven't seen The Father. That's just an example of the screener issue they're having.
I guess, but
It is.
I'm just saying that's like,
You've seen everything else.
but in a way, I said that at one point. I was like, Borat 2 could get this nomination.
Yep.
It
It
could,
could.
if it gets WGA, it could get PGA.
I would
And
like to see
that-
Palm Springs.
That
over it, but
happened
that's
with Deadpool. This is a Deadpool movie. It's not going to get nominated for Best Picture. It's the only one here that you do not have to take seriously.
It's kind of crazy that this happened with Borat because the reviews were not as good as the original, which got like an 89 on Metacritic. This one has like a 60 something. But the thing is, audiences are enjoying it. Like, they're saying it's nearly as good. Maybe like Shrek 2 versus Shrek. It's like nearly. It's a very worthy sequel, and it has some relevance. It's important. I mean, it's a good satire of like the day that we're living in, and I think that importance factor is helping it push into being like actually kind of an award contender.
I think Borat is worthy of this, and I have my hand like this because we need to talk about something, Cole. What did we not talk about yet? That's actually very important.
If it
We
can
cannot.
get a
No.
nomination,
We talked about that.
I don't think we did.
Supposedly it could. Okay, what else is here that could get nominated that we were not necessarily thinking? It's Sound of Metal.
Oh yeah, that's in my top 10.
That movie has the Critics' Choice, and it has a PGA right now. It won editing at Critics' Choice. That movie could pull off a basket of nominations: picture, actor, supporting actor, screenplay, editing. That would be a lot. This feels like this year's I, Tonya. That movie got editing. It didn't get screenplay, and it didn't get Best Picture.
I believe I Tonya showed up at both those. I'll also tell you
But
this.
I, Tonya had the same nominations in the cards. Actually, when you
I'm
think
going to
about
give
it.
you some
Supporting
examples.
and lead.
I would like to offer you some examples of movies that got into Critics' Choice and PGA and still missed Picture. It's a short list, but I believe Nightcrawler and Gone Girl were on that list. I believe Ex Machina. I don't know if I got.
You want to look at the past
Ex Machina got
nominees.
PGA.
Oh, you want to look at the past
Sicario got
nominees.
PGA and Critics' Choice and did not get the Oscar nomination.
That's right.
But I will say this. I do think Sound of Metal will be worthy of my top 10 because News of the World, I'm so fucking happy. News of the World's out. Wait, can we discuss?
You're a little
Stop,
too
stop,
happy because
stop.
that could still happen. You're a little too happy.
The last time, repeat after me. The last time.
Wait, Promising Young Woman was here, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, I freaked out a little
Absolutely.
bit there.
Okay. The last time a movie got just Critics' Choice and then got the Oscar nomination in picture was in 2011. The Tree of Life did it and Extremely Loud did it.
Yeah.
That's the last time.
Yeah.
You're gonna bet that News of the World still gets in, and Helena
I
Zengel is
wouldn't
kind of done
necessarily
too.
bet.
She's kind of done. She's probably not gonna get in. And in fact, I'm no longer confident about News of the World and screenplay because we could see that going to Borat. To be quite fucking honest,
That would be great.
that would
be
be fucking honest. Quite
excellent if that went to Borat.
And you know what
instead
else it
of
could
News
go
of the
to?
World.
You know what else it could go to that people aren't paying attention to? I would need to see it at the BAFTA, but the Mauritanian.
Yeah, we need to see that with the Mauritanian.
I think
I
that
mean,
would be
at BAFTAs.
kind of worthy.
I think it'd be worthy too. I
thought
mean,
that was pretty good.
It had a very like calculating procedural lawyer paperwork
but that's what they like.
script, but it was very well researched. I think it was.
Yeah, so
It looked like that movie would have taken
I
like
could
years
see them.
to write.
I am not going to bet on first cow or ending things. Sorry, but
Okay.
I think those two could take over News.
And I want to do a little journey over, over the nominees that didn't make it to the Oscars, so we can kind of find comparison here. Now, Sound of Metal, I know you're hopeful.
I think it might
I'm
get
not quite as hopeful.
It depends upon the father.
But I think I think it could get in. Okay, but look at this. Like I said, I think it's kind of like I, Tonya. I, Tonya did get PGA. It got editing even at the
PGA
Oscars.
likes comedies.
Did not
a
get
lot, though.
Best Picture. Did not get Best Screenplay.
We see that PGA likes comedies, right? I mean, here's the Big Sick.
Yeah,
here's
Big
Tonya.
Sick did quite well during this award
Crazy
season.
Rich Asians is there.
Well, yeah, but also look at Knives Out. A lot of movies like
Comedies
that are kind of. I feel like Knives Out could have been a 10th slot at the Oscars. Okay, and a lot of those that surge kind of at the last second, like Knives Out, will see a PGA nomination, but they will miss that Oscar nomination by a hair. I think that's what happened with Knives Out.
Because they're comedies.
Yeah, I guess PGA is a little more friendly with comedies.
They are, for sure.
And I don't know. I'm having trouble like thinking about what got snubbed for PGA.
I will say this though. I think that Sound of Metal is appealing to the same crowd as like, I don't know why I think this, but I feel like it's appealing to the same crowd who liked Ex Machina and Nightcrawler and Sicario. It feels like those movies where they get like, maybe PGA Critics' Choice nominations, but it's sort of ambiguous whether or not they can get a picture. Maybe Gone Girl as well. Movies that are pretty popular on IMDb. But yeah, I mean, Sound of Metal honestly could make it into a top 9. It really could. People love the movie.
Maybe.
Love the movie.
It would be hard to see what it could get over. I guess News of the World and The Father, right? Those are kind of on the edge.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. And The Father, I don't know. I still can't tell if that's out, because if that plays really well at BAFTA, then it'll also have played really well at the Globes. And then at that point, it's either The Two Popes or Philomena, and we don't know which one.
Yeah. I just want to look really quick again
at the nominees.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did. I don't think you read Trial of Chicago 7, but
it was implied. It was implied.
Yeah, that's an interesting list. I mean, I think it makes sense that News of the World, since Darkest Hour didn't get in.
Love it.
And The Father's not too surprising.
But listen, people
will probably do well at BAFTA.
People were very confident that News of the World would get in, and I'll tell you why they were. Because the PGA likes their popular movies, and they like movies that have. They like to nominate their box office movies. They nominate superhero movies.
Ford v Ferrari.
They nominate like Logan and shit, and Wonder Woman.
That's right.
They like their.
That's true.
And News of the World was one of the only picks this year that was really like, widely popular. They went with Borat over it. That was a very popular pick. Could have gone with Palm Springs, but didn't go for News of the World. So I think it says something.
Now, they could predict, the Oscars could do like all 9 except for Borat here. They could do that. That could be their 9. Yep. They could also swap, and it would be, it could be just as likely that they swap.
Sound of Metal or The Father. I think Judas is like 8 to me. I think that's in.
I hope so. I sure goddamn hope so. And
with Kaluuya winning, I mean, come on.
This will definitely help me make my top 9. Hopefully we get 9 and not 8.
Yeah, I
would love to see something like The Sound of Metal get nominated. Would love to see it.
Because last time they did 8, they left out Beale Street, and it was just like, oh my god, if you had 9, like it would have been perfect. Like you just made the lineup so much.
And now we really have tight competition in adapted screenplay.
Very, very true. I'm curious what the BAFTAs will do. At this point,
because that's News of the World, Judas, and Sound of Metal.
Judas is original. Judas.
Oh no, sorry. I meant original, because Judas and Sound of Metal are both competing for a 5th slot.
Yep.
And every one of those nominees is poised to get a Best Picture nomination.
That is a real. So I don't know what to do with that. That's very
a lot. I could see either of them getting no screenplay and pick. Well, actually, you know what? I could see Judas getting no screenplay and picture.
It'd be the BAFTAs are predicted to nominate Sound of Metal. They might not have caught on to Judas because over there in the UK they don't get things.
I could see that. I could see them not doing anything with Judas except for Kaluuya.
Yeah, so if Sound of Metal gets BAFTA, then it'll seem like that's getting in at the Oscars. But honestly, Judas could still take it. It's gonna be interesting.
All right.
What's the chat saying? Hold on, let's go to that real quick.
Get off.
You get off.
The Five Bloods could surprise. I do not think so at this point. Don't go all the way up.
Chill.
Beale Street Beale Street and First Man did get left out, so that's they are important.
Exactly.
Let's see. What are we gonna do? A BAFTA nomination video? Oh,
yes,
obviously.
Yes, today. We have to.
I don't think we're not gonna do a stream.
We literally have to. It's tomorrow.
Huh?
The BAFTA nominations are tomorrow, bitch.
What do you mean? So
we have to do a stream.
Why stream?
I can't edit it before the nominations.
Oh, okay. We're gonna stream the All right, we're gonna stream our predictions. Okay.
Yeah.
But then the reactions, we're just gonna film them.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
BAFTA nomination reaction video, of course, of course. Oh my gosh, why would I? You really think we're gonna pass up on that? Absolutely not.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of interesting stuff at the BAFTAs about their rule changes that's really might affect the nominees. Like, dear God, it might affect the nominees, and it might affect how much we perceive them as actually mattering to the Oscars.
Oh, Cole, you
So
didn't
stay
talk.
tuned.
We didn't talk about the animated category, right?
Oh, go look it up. Yeah, yeah.
I think someone posted it. They said Crudes 2.
I'm
It,
not
it was
surprised.
like the top 5. Like,
Oh, yeah.
someone posted it. They said PGA Animation Awards, Crudes 2, Onward, Over the Moon, Soul, Wolfwalkers. I'm gonna look that
it's
up. just to
painfully
confirm.
obvious that Crudes 2 is getting it, and I'm actually upset because I thought that, I might get a little advantage on Gold Derby if other people think it's like the Willoughbys or something, and I know it's Crudes 2, and then I get Crudes 2 right like I did at the Golden Globes. That gave me a leg up.
Yeah,
But
it's
now
not gonna
everybody's
happen
gonna
anymore.
know that it's
Everyone's
Crudes
gonna
2.
know.
It's absolutely Crudes 2, by the way, just if that needs saying again. Did they, any other categories that they
Yeah, Onward. Yep.
Onward, Over the Moon,
Crudes
Soul,
2.
Wolfwalkers.
That is the top 5, easy. Anything else for? Is there like I don't know if there's a documentary category or anything. Yeah, there's a lot more for television, but we're just not looking at it. We're not looking at it.
So on Gold Derby, your top 10 is your top 10 going to be just this? I'm gonna swap out Borat for the father. Yeah.
It would be this plus, yeah, because it's generous. You get a little number 10. I would do this plus the father. That's what I would do. But it's hard. It's really hard. It's hard to say News of the World's not getting nominated for me though. A little bit.
It's not gonna get nominated.
All right. Anyway,
Like,
unless it gets BAFTAs though, watch the fuck out for
Oh,
that.
no.
Watch the fuck
Oh,
out for that.
no.
I don't think it'll happen though. All right.
they do like grass.
Yeah.
They like the grass.
Yeah. Sure.
Any other questions that people are saying?
The green grass. I think we touched on a lot of what people are
Yeah.
thinking. A lot of people made the same points.
Soul. Okay, so a lot of people thought Soul was gonna get in, and I was like, no. And the reason why no, they thought Soul was getting in because it was the popular pick, right? And kind of a comedy. But the reason I said no is because I look at that as like, an animated film, and the last time they nominated animated films, up Toy Story 3, movies that got nominated at the Oscars. If it's not getting nominated at the Oscars, why would I predict it?
No,
Maybe
Soul
they
is
nominate Inside Out.
Soul didn't get any nomination for Best Picture anywhere. So
This is
far.
what I've been saying the whole time, is that I'm only predicting Soul to be nominated where Inside Out got nominated, and it's been working very well for me. Very
a
well.
question in the chat: does Da 5 Bloods get no nominations? That is a great question.
I'm gonna be predicting Bozeman.
You know what I think though?
I think-
Because the BAFTAs this year are having their acting and directing categories be voted on by like 10 or 12 people, I think because that is a push for diversity, I think that could help Delroy Lindo maybe.
But they didn't even shortlist it in the picture.
It could help Delroy Lindo though.
They have other. options
I think he
listed.
might. I think he might do it there. But they have a lot. There's a lot
Stephen Yeun,
there's a lot of
Tahar
actors
Rahim.
of color in that category. There's a lot.
They also could
Yeah.
nominate Mads Mikkelsen there. That's the most likely place to do it. So it's
Yeah.
very.
I guess so. I don't really think that's gonna happen. Though.
And also,
I'm not convinced.
what was the last thing I wanted to say? We're 18 minutes in, so we've talked quite a lot about this.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine though.
Oh yeah, when are the BAFTA nominations? Oh, they're gonna be like in the afternoon or something, right?
I don't know. You should call them again.
Yeah, but they're like
call
over
the
there.
Critics' Choice nominations and ask them.
I think they're in the middle of the day, actually. Oh, the ASC will tell us if Judas can get a cinematography nomination or something, or the Five Bloods, because if the Five Bloods gets ASC, maybe it gets just
That'll be
cinematography.
interesting. I feel like that'll go to Judas, and we won't be talking.
Anticipating Eddie nominations. It's a lot of good stuff coming out before the Oscars that we need to. And the DGA are also tomorrow, so
DJ's
dear
tomorrow
God.
and BAFTA noms.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have like 2 videos.
Someone's saying
for
that
2
the
days
noms for
and
BAFTAs are like 9 a.m.
No, that's it.
9 a.m. Eastern
Really?
time. Thank you for that. Yeah, 2
I'll
people
double check.
confirming that.
All right, let's wrap this up.
All right.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing.
What do you think PGA stands for?